Said I'm moving to Atlanta. I moved to Atlanta. See them girls twerk and the booty shake. I moved to Atlanta. I'm moving to Atlanta. See them girls twerk and them booty shake. I said I'm moving to Atlanta. See them girls twerk and them booty shake. And after I moved to Atlanta, because Atlanta's black, I assume my life will be great. I moved to Atlanta. I moved to Atlanta. See them girls work in the booty. I'm gonna be real with y'all, for real. Seriously, I'm not gonna even lie. I'm not holding nothing back. Yo, I was wilding when I went down to Atlanta. No lie. You know, I'm on my spiritual thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know some of you all have guessed it. You know, I'm on this black power, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? I was on my Dr. Umar stuff when I went down there. Well, I say at least wilding route down there. No lie. Never missed a Juneteenth. I'm always going to the Kwanzaa ceremonies and all of that stuff. I'm blacker than black. For real. So I went down there with that type of mentality, you know, on some kumbaya, you know, brothers and sisters. I was on my pole like Dr. Umar, Dr. Malachi York. Oh, let me take that back. Not Dr. Malachi York, or Dr. Polite, because, you know, they be touching little people. But, you know, I was on my conscious community stuff, thinking that when I moved down to Atlanta, it was going to be, you know, because, you know, black people, you know, they started this hype thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, I thought, like, once I got down there, you know what I'm saying, I was going to connect with some real strong black brothers and sisters. We were going to raise that RBG flag and make Marcus Mosiah Garvey proud. But that's not exactly what happened. When I got down there, I started back smoking cigarettes.
They say Newport's causes cancer. People cause cancer. Newports are alive with pleasure.
I started back drinking.
Low sperm count 40 ounce. It'll get you fucked up.
And last but not least, no lie, I was down there cooning. Cooning. That's what you want me to do, yeah. I learned my lesson. You know what I'm saying? You can't be out there wilding out while you got children, especially in a city like Atlanta. It's one thing that I didn't understand, you know, while I was living there, is, no lie, I'm not lying. The minute I got down there, after a couple months, I started to devise an exit plan. So you gotta understand, like, I was there for 2.5 years, but I was ready to go like the first year. It's just that things didn't work out the way that I wanted them, or as planned. You understand? But while I was living there, right, I never understood this. How in the world would anyone raise their children in an environment like Atlanta as well as Metro Atlantis? Because I can tell you, the chances of your children coming out with a 4.0 GPA and going to an Ivy League school like Harvard, you're like this. They're slim. I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm just saying that at the end of the day, I couldn't raise my children in that type of hostile environment. And if you don't know what I mean or what I'm talking about or where I'm coming from, man, there are murders, there are killings every day, man, in Atlanta and Metro Atlanta. Had I not gotten my children out of that situation, I don't know where my children would be right now. Real talk. Because let's just make this be known. Let's just make this clear. Atlanta, for now, is where hip-hop resides. And we all know that hip-hop, the music that is, has a strong influence on the youth. Right? So just think about it. Being down there where, hip-hop resides, at least for now. Being down there and it being a popular city that most young people want to move to. Right? Being down there where there's, no, seriously, the black community supports the strip clubs down there. Like in Atlanta, black culture are the strip clubs and hookah lounges. That's included in the culture down there in Atlanta. I didn't want that for my daughter. I didn't want to one day go to a strip club, and I ain't got no business going to one, and see my daughter sliding down a stripper pole. And for my other daughter that I have. You know what I'm saying? They're constantly promoting through the music the selling of illegal substances. In other words, in Atlanta culture, or just overall our culture, period. Hip-hop culture as well as just overall black culture. The man that commits the most crimes, that has the most felonies on his criminal record, right, is applauded, respected, and honored in the black community. That's real talk. So if you are doing anything illegal, anything that's against the law in black culture, we applaud that. Real talk. So I didn't want to see one day I'm walking down the street. Let's say I'm in the hood, right? I'm walking down the street and I see my daughter out there in the streets doing you know what.
I got bricks.
So my point in making to you all is this. What is the point of moving down there if you cannot start a family down there? For real. Now I know what you're gonna say. You're gonna be like, yo, it's roughly 6 million down there. 6 million, 6.5 to be exact, if I'm not mistaken. You're gonna correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section of this video. There's roughly 6 to 6.5 million people that reside in Atlanta and Metro Atlanta. I know what you're gonna say. You're gonna be like, yo, man, what about all of the rest of the people? Maybe, just maybe, Langston, you had a bad experience down there. And now you're trying to stop people from moving down to Atlanta because you think that the things that you saw or the things that happened to you will happen to someone else. And you're sadly mistaken, because everyone's experience It's different. And to a certain extent, you may be right. If you're white. But if you are black, you're going to experience trauma, pain. Every day when you turn on the news. Every day when you walk outside and see families. Do you understand that? I know some of you all don't look at all of my Atlanta videos, but I have touched on this before. Families that are homeless. Like, no, seriously. Here in Charlotte, right? Just the other day, a guy came up to me and was like, yo, you got $1 or something like that? Because I'm hungry. Down there in Atlanta, there were families walking up to me. No lie. Families saying, yo, man, I got my kids. Could you spare something? I just want to have a place for them to sleep at night. And let me tell you all something. See, some of you all think that I'm like this uppity Negro. No, I come from the bottom, just like you. Just like you all. Father wasn't in the house. I was a runaway at 16 years old. I've been pistol whipped. I've been jumped. I've done dirt that I failed. I don't mention on here. I'm just like you all. Don't you understand that? So when I was down in Atlanta, families coming up to me in their time of need, I reflected back on when I used to sleep. This is my word. I used to sleep under trees, banks, school buses. For real, I remember my humble beginnings. While a lot of people in Atlanta, you're well-to-do people. Forgot. So yeah, I reflected back on in the past while that family was asking for money. I remember the extended days, extended stays. I remember the Motel 6s. When I had a little bit of money, for a weekly hotel, like extended stay, I remember how I felt taking a shower, sleeping in a bed, watching TV, just doing normal shit that normal people do. And I've given. I just don't understand how people would want to raise a family in that environment. In particular, minorities, blacks. Straight up. Children are being shot and killed almost every day in Atlanta. I'm hearing about teen party shootouts. When they let school out, I'm talking about like the last day, they had a celebration. I forgot what school it was in like South Atlanta. They had a celebration that night. Somebody got killed. A 14-year-old kid got killed. There's a problem in Atlanta that nobody's addressing. And that is, these kids ain't got shit to do for the summer. You don't want them to be water boys. You don't want them to come up with some type of hustle to eat. Some of these kids are living in the streets and they don't have food to fucking eat. But the local news doesn't tell the full story. What do you want these kids to do, man? You know what I'm saying? Oh, I know what you all want them to do. You want them to commit a crime, right? Let me say it another way so you can clearly hear what I'm saying. You want to build a pipeline from the public schools to the prisons. we want our kids working for you. And these privatized prisons making pennies. Not my children. Not my children. And then after that, after I say this, I'm done. First and foremost, man, Atlanta as well as Charlotte. That's why I don't play with my children. My children that you saw just now, they're way more older. I wouldn't dare show you all my children like how they are right now, because I know that the society that I live in, not the world, because ain't nothing wrong with Mother Nature. She has her morals and principles intact. It's this society that's sick. So I'm gonna leave you with this, and then I'm done. Most of you all that look at me, tune in, to my channel, you already know what I'm gonna say. Don't blow it for them though. Pause. In the 80s, they said that one man was behind it. One. But in the 80s, 30. Let me take you back. In the 80s, 30 black kids were killed by one black man. 30. Lake Lanier is a lake in the bottom of that. I'm going somewhere. Hear me out. In the bottom of that lake is a whole black community. Why would you want to move there? And if you don't know the story about Lake Lanier, I'm not going to tell you, because I've told the story a million times. Look it up, and you know exactly what I'm talking about. We need to start abandoning these cities that have a history of violence towards black people. Straight up. It's just a shame how they treat us, but how we allow them to treat us. You know what I'm saying? But, it's business as usual. They did that to Seneca Village. Now Seneca Village it used to be a black community. Now it's, Central Park. And here in Charlotte, we had Brooklyn. In Durham, North Carolina, we had the Hayti area. The list goes on. We gotta make